Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Tangy the Caver's Wife, and it is Wellness Wednesday. It is the day that I share with you about my weight loss journey. I talk about my week in review, where I'm at now, and what I plan to do from this point forward. So, to the week in review. Okay, so last week I told you guys that my goal for this week was to start building a Weight Watcher friendly food storage. I'm going to put an iCard up here in the corner so you can see my grocery haul from yesterday. It's imperfect, but it's progress. So I was very pleased with what I got. There's a couple of Weight Watcher recipes that I am looking forward to using this week, and I will share them with you. One of them is an eggplant lasagna. All these had eggplant for 99 cents, so I grabbed one. I got some skim ricotta, and can't wait to make that, and we are actually gonna have that for dinner tonight. So hopefully in the next couple of days I will have that video up for you guys. Also on Friday, I am this week's Frugal Family Food collaborator, and I am going to share with you guys a cookie recipe that is Weight Watcher friendly. I think there are 3 smart points per cookie, but it is a lemon ricotta cookie. They're like Loft House cookies. They're soft and can't wait. It's gonna be really, really good. All right, also this week, I had a couple of events that where food was involved. And normally situations like that is when I lose control. So the first one was we had a church potluck. Now I am Baptist and I live in the South, which means a lot of delicious, yummy food that is usually deep fried or covered in the gravy. What I did was I tried to load up on the foods that I knew were safe. So there was like a fresh fruit tray and there was a fresh veggie tray. So I got those. And then the things that I wanted that maybe are high in calories and fat and everything, I got just enough to taste it. So I was able to enjoy the food, but also not overdo it. I did have dessert. So again, but just enough to taste, not enough to overindulge. Then the next day, my husband and I celebrated our 18-year anniversary. I'm gonna put an iCard up here where you can kind of follow us on our day, where we reminisce about the day we got married and the day we got engaged. But we like Mexican food, and so we went and had Mexican for our dinner, and it was very good. And my goal was to, again, control my portions, not overindulge, but to enjoy myself. So I ordered, I think it's huevos con chorizo, which is like scrambled eggs with chorizo sausage, and then it had refried beans and rice, and then you eat it with tortillas. I also ordered a Diet Coke, which is not something I normally do, but I didn't want to drink my calories, and I wanted something carbonated, so I just went ahead and got it. So normally what would happen is I would shovel in tortillas and salsa as quickly as I could and probably have 2 glasses of Coke before we get our food. And then when we get our food, I would eat it all. That was typically what would happen. So I had chips and salsa, and then when we got our food, I ate, I was about halfway through it and was like, whoa, I am stuffed. And that's when I realized that my stomach has shrunk. You know, it's getting used to the portion. It's not been blown up from overeating. So that was really exciting for me to realize. And so what I did was, when I realized I was full, I pushed my plate away and decided, okay, I've had enough. And I was gonna take the rest of it home and, you know, eat it whenever. But then I realized as I was talking to my husband that I was still picking at my food and eating it. And I was like, what am I doing? And so I think next time there's 2 different things that I'm going to do. One of them is I'm going to request a plate with the chips and salsa, so that way I can actually dish out what I'm having, and so I can see it instead of just mindlessly grazing, because that's dangerous. I'm also going to request a to-go container, so that way I can go ahead and just dish out half of my food and then savor the rest of it later, and that way it'll be out of sight, out of mind, and I won't be picking at it while other people are eating. Also this week, Trish and I had a really awesome conversation. I told her, I was like, man, we should be recording this because it was really insightful. And I was like, well, we should at least start taking notes when we are having these talks, because these are things that we should probably share with other people. But I was checking in with her one day, and she asked me, she said, isn't it cool knowing that you are in control now of your food. And I hadn't really thought of it that way, but then I was like, yeah, you're right. I hadn't really thought of it that way, but it just, before trying to lose weight, it kind of felt like I had this monumental task and I wasn't equipped for it. Like, it's like painting a room with a feather, And I said, but now I feel like I have all the right tools to get the job done. And I've gone from, I don't know if I can do this, or, I don't know if I'm going to do this right, to I'm going to do this. I am doing this, and it's really motivating and really exciting. So yeah, that's one of the things that I like about Weight Watchers, is that it gives you the tools that you need to be successful. And they're very simple. It's not complicated. Some people would think counting points is complicated, but really, it's kind of the same as, counting calories, taking in consideration your saturated fat, your calories, and your sugar and your protein. So to me, it simplifies it. But counting points, you're forced to look at how much you're eating and what you're eating. A friend of mine, for Christmas, on Sunday night, she gave me the Trim Healthy Mama book. And I was so excited because I've been wanting to read it, really, really interested in it. Just reading the beginning of this book, I'm like, yes, exactly, me too. And so it's a lot of common sense, but some science behind it, things that people don't normally know about how your body breaks down fat and calories and carbs and how they work against each other. And anyway, it's been really, really interesting. And I really think that I would eventually like to switch over to Trim Healthy Mama. Maybe it's when I plateau, or if I get bored with Weight Watchers, but there is a budget-friendly plan, and I didn't know that about Trim Healthy Mama. I just thought it was a lot of these ingredients that I would never buy, like the MTC oil, I think it's called. It's like $30 for a thing of it, and of course I know a little bit goes a long way, but that initial investment of buying it, for me, that's a lot right now, because we have a very small food budget. So I was really happy to see that there are alternatives that you can incorporate if you are trying to do Trim Healthy Mama on a budget. So that was really exciting to learn, and I can't wait to keep reading the book and learning more about it. That is my week in review. Very excited about that I had a good week, and that during points where I normally am tempted to overindulge, I actually had control and did a good job, I feel like. Now I'm going to tell you my weight reveal. 1 month ago today, November 21st, 2016, I stepped on the scale and weighed 199.3, and I was very frustrated, and so I called my good friend Trish and said, help. That was a month ago. Last week, I was at 192. This week, I stepped on the scale and took a picture of it and sent it to Trish. So here it is, 189.6. So I actually lost 3 pounds this week. I've been averaging about 2 pounds a week, but for me, this was huge. My first 10-pound milestone. I did it before Christmas, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm very motivated. It's very motivating to see it come off and to be able to tell a difference in how my clothes fit. I was actually able to wear some jeans on my anniversary that I had not been able to wear before. Going forward, since this week is full of holiday eating, which we have Christmas Eve, we have Christmas, and then shortly thereafter will be New Year's, I am really going to concentrate on being in control of my portions, being very mindful of what I'm eating. Yes, I'm going to enjoy myself. Yes, I'm going to have dessert, but I'm going to try not to eat too much to the point that I hurt, and just being mindful of what I'm eating. So no grazing at the platters, but actually fixing a plate and looking at what I'm having, so that way I know in my head what's going on. Really, I'm just going to do baby steps this week because it's a tough food week for those of us that love to eat. So I'm just trying to keep it in perspective and being reasonable and enjoying the holidays with the family. There is something I want to leave you with. A friend of mine actually posted this on her Instagram, but I had also posted a pendant on Pinterest. And I love that because there's times that I look at food and I feel helpless, like
I have to eat it because there it is and it's delicious.
And no, don't let a cookie boss you around. You are the cookie's boss. So I hope you guys are motivated and encouraged. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you are a woman and you are on a journey to getting healthy and you have not joined our Mama Gets Fit Facebook group, I encourage you to do so. Lots of motivating things going on over there, as well as we're keeping each other accountable. We're sharing tips and recipes, and also occasionally getting a good laugh. So check the description box below for the link to that. That's all I've got for you guys. Until next time.